Hey everyone, and welcome to Limited Appeal. We're back with another Premier Pick 2 Lorwyn Eclipsed draft. Our last draft in this format went 2 hours to play 8 games. We went 5 and 3 in the last one. 2 hours. Hopefully this one we can draft faster. I'm forcing goblins or elves. If I even have an inkling of a chance to do it, I'm doing it. I don't have a chance to do it. Of course not. Well, actually, no, I lied. This is not like the best start. I actually think maybe Mischief and Boulder Dash would be better. But the thing is, by doing this, we're cutting off the Goblin cards in this pack. And we're passing just 2 really good red cards. So the person beside us maybe goes Elementals. Because I don't think there's anything else they could go off of this pack, unfortunately. But we'll take the 2 Goblins and... immediately rewarded. We're really good at this game. So at the very least, the person beside us is probably not drafting goblins because it's unlikely that they see 2 rares that are both goblins. Obviously, that could happen, but I see it as being unlikely. Hopefully, one of these goblins wheels, and if not, maybe the brute will. Not really a whole lot of goblins for me here, but these 2 cards are playable in goblins. We also just take Assert Perfection here, and maybe we go like... I don't know. I don't really see a line where we'd go anything other than what we're doing right now. So, Purchase playable. Torchmaster's good. I kind of like Hurler, honestly, but Gathering Stone pick 4 in a pick 2 draft. What? What is going on? Do people not know that this card is busted? None. No, there weren't any other goblins in this pack. None. The red cards didn't wheel, but everything blue seems to have wheeled. What do we take? Just these? Try to get somebody to go blue. All of the cards we want to do this. Nobody's doing goblin. That's nice. Give me some more goblins. Blood Crypt? Okay, I mean, sure. It is a good card for us. The Nightmare Sower is fine. It's not a goblin, obviously, but you don't need to just play strictly goblins. Like, this is just a really good card. And we don't currently have a whole lot of instant speed stuff, but hopefully we get some more removal. And then that just makes your removal better, basically. Well, we did not force the person beside us to go into elementals like we wanted to. But actually, that's kind of crazy. No, it must be the person 2 to our left then that probably is in red. That grabbed the double red removal. Boulder Dash and Cinder Strike, maybe. Because if the person beside us took the Boulder Dash and Cinder Strike, they're probably also taking Champion out here. There's nothing else that really works on my colors. The Reckless Ransacking is fine. We could take a Hovel Hurler, like I said earlier. This is fine in the Goblins deck. You just start throwing goblins at them, but Feed the Flames is, I think, just better. Gives us some removal, gives us an instant for our Sower. Changeling and Chaos Spear, that's probably the easiest pick we'll have all night. I'm not going to say that this is like the nutty, like any kind of nutty goblin deck, but hopefully in our last pack we'll see like, I don't know, something that makes it a nutty goblin deck. We did not open anything. It's too bad. I don't think Collective Inferno is that great in goblins most of the time, but at the same time, it's better than everything else here. Other than the Spear, obviously. I feel like, despite the fact that we are clearly the only people in these colors in this combination right now, maybe there's just not being enough goblins opened in this pool, unfortunately. But Requiting Hex and Tweeze, we technically have a 23-card deck now, and I don't hate it. I don't love it either, but if we can somehow get that. Do we get an pick 2 draft? Do we get another? Does one of these cards wheel? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, one of these. Literally one card from this pack will come back, and hopefully it's Elder Ante. Because I'm not taking Elder Ante over either of these cards, even though I do want it. Another Feed the Flame. I don't really think I play Evolving Wilds in this deck, but I don't think I play a second Percher either. Bramble Brute Wield. Okay. I don't care. We'll just do it. So there's some like really good green cards that have come around in this draft. So obviously that goes. We need 3 cuts. Reckless Ransacking. I mean, we don't really have that many tricks in here right now. That doesn't mean we want this trick. We don't necessarily have a reason to like focus exclusively on goblins either. Like, I really like Brambleback Brute in Goblins decks just because it like can get you through a little bit more. I don't know if we need Collective Inferno. I don't see. This is one of those cards where like I feel like it's win more most of the time, and if you are in a position where this is going to win you the game, then you probably don't need it because you're probably already winning the game. I've also never lost to this card. Like, no matter how absurd the board positions are, and whenever my opponents play this, I basically have never lost to it. At least not in a position where I was already basically dead on board anyway. I don't know if that's right. I really don't know if that's right. It may not be right. But I think this is just a super efficient deck. I'd like to just keep... Honestly, hold on. Wait, stop. Don't queue. First of all, I don't need 2 Evolving Wilds. Our mana symbols are pretty even here. Do I go down a land with this deck, actually? Do I go down a land and throw in the Brood? I might. I think that might be right. We have more with... like, Percher at the top end of the curve. All of our drops are like 3. Let's try it. See what happens. Sponsor me, Coca-Cola. Hopefully the queue times aren't too bad. They were pretty bad in the last draft, but I thought more people would be trying out the pick 2 Lorwyn Eclipsed drafts. Which I only discovered earlier today. I think maybe they started today. I don't know. Maybe yesterday. Not sure. After a minute of waiting, do we requeue? I don't know. I don't remember what's... I don't remember if Arena just starts like glitching out at some point and giving you no opponents. You wait too long. I feel like that used to be a thing. Milan, okay. I mean, hey. Sure. We're currently mono black. I'm fine with that, I think. Unfortunately, in a Goblin deck, we don't have a play until turn 3. But it's not like our curve is really stacked with 2 drops anyway. We top deck like a 2 drop. Well, actually, I think all our 2 drops are red, except for the Prankster. So yeah, I mean, if we get a Prankster, that's fine. If not, whatever. We have Sower and Blight Rot, which is not necessarily the best thing, but I guess we could kill a 5/5 with it. Are there any 5/5s in this format? That are just 5/5s by themselves? Can't really think of anything. Okay, that's the way. Is this an opponent's? Oops. It exiles it, right? On land off the top. I mean, we kind of signed up for this. Do we tweeze it and start swinging with the Wretch? I think so. And then cycle the Prankster. Cool. So we hit our land. Everything feels good now. In some scenario, we can go and grab our Prankster back with the Grave Shifter. I don't know why I would ever do that, but we could. It is an option. I never finished reading this. On up to 1 target creature. So we could, in fact, Sower, kill their dude, put a counter on our Wretch. That is a valid play. We could attack and trade with a Stompling, but I'd actually rather. This gives them the chance to do like Assert Perfection or Fist Us, but I'd rather run that risk because the upside is really, really good of getting the Sower down and then starting the Blight Rot. In true Goblin fashion, though, like if we are going to run into this problem where we just don't have a whole lot of ways to continue to give ourselves card advantage. Like our boards don't look that different, and they have way more cards than us. Right? They have 2 Tramplers, so the whole like -1/-1 thing for us is not ideal here. Like we're still going to take a bunch of damage from it, but I'm not that concerned because we're going to hopefully get more back from the Sower. No! My entire plan was ruined by my brain just farting. Whatever. Actually, I don't think this matters too much. If they attack, we'll trade at this point. Oh, Lewin. Throws. Like, I don't know why I do this to myself sometimes. I literally talk myself through the play that I want to make, and then I just do something else completely. I need removal off the top here. That is not removal. Like, I don't know why I do it. I don't know why my brain's just like, oh, cool. We're going to make a completely different play than the one that you've been talking about for the last 3 minutes. And this way, if we hit a land, we can go Wretch and Mischief. This Lewin is going to basically be impossible for us to beat, unfortunately, unless we can remove him soon. But, it is what it is. It turns out that it didn't really matter, just because they wound up attacking anyway. Like, we gained more value because of the way they wound up playing. I don't necessarily think that we should have got more value than our original idea, but... Okay, I can work with this. Is Blight 1 or 2? Blight 1. What instant speeds do they have? Like hex proof? No, okay. So there goes Lewin. That feels better. Tilling, midnight tilling. Oh, unbury. Unbury, right? That is so unfortunate. One step forward, 3 steps back. Oh god. We're gonna lose. 100% going to lose. I don't see any way we come back from this. Our opponent just has a really good elf deck. Yep. Maybe, no. If they don't want to play out the champion here, they're going to play out this guy probably, and then I still don't really have any road to victory here. Like, they're just going to draw so many cards. I can't Blight Rot it. Like, playing Mischief here does very little for me. I mean, obviously we're going to, because... I mean, I could kill my Wretch. I think that's actually right. And this way, if they, like, maybe attack with the champions, we can get them. Like, there's no way I beat the card advantage they're about to generate, I don't think, but, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Okay, so they get back there. Yeah, they're going to draw 2 cards next turn at least. Unless they draw something better. 10 cards? I mean, maybe we deck them. Maybe that's the game plan. If they don't attack us, then we deck them. Yeah, do that, and put it into your yard. I think this is our out. Our only out. This is our opponent decking themselves. Obviously they're going to have something here, but whatever. That actually brings my Wretch back, right? Yeah. Oh no, it's already died once. Oops. Lost that ability. It's funny, if I had blocked with everything, it would be dead. Yeah, them not having something there was basically my biggest shot. But you know what, actually? Maybe we can still deck them. Who knows? If I just keep making goblins and gaining life. They have, what, 7 cards left? They can't really play too many things. 6 cards left. If I can draw like a creature every turn for a while, then we're in a good spot, actually. Play more creatures. I need another one. Give me another one. Nice! Alright, we're going places. We're doing things. And our opponent's at 10. Is there like a world where we kill them, dare I say? Or is that just like too much? Is that too aggressive? Because every damage they take here, I think we'll wait until next turn. I think we'll give this a turn. See what they do. They're at 5 cards. I think decking them is the way to win. Like, I think there's maybe a world where if we had our other dude, our it's not our other dude. That's also not our other dude. So we're at 7. We can wait one more turn and see what we draw, I think. Hold on, how much land have they played out? 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, yeah, that's too bad. They have mostly action left in their deck, I think. Oh, they caught it. Okay, well, that, fortunately, at this point, that doesn't actually change the if I can draw removal for the Caesar, though, that would be big. I don't have much removal left in my deck to draw, but coincidentally, if I find it, we're in a really good spot. Do they have protection? It's too bad. So we could have actually potentially got them there if we had a play that differently. So yeah, if they had tried to swing for lethal on their turn with the blossoming defense, then we could have like not blown them out, but we could have blown them out. We've drawn too much land in a row though, even with our 16 lands in this deck. Now we're dead to Tweez. Oh wait, we're the Tweez deck. We're the ones that have Tweez. Whoopsie. Reveal. So play this. Actually, we can play this. Blight a 1/1, swing in. Does that do anything for me? It does, actually. We could actually blight this and then pump it up and swing in. Alternative, but at the same time, we kind of need to like kill one. If we don't kill this guy, then we're just dead. No, this can't attack, right? Because then they can just swing with everything and I'm dead. I'm just dead, right? No, I'm not. Do this. I'm not dead. I mean, I'm dead to removal or really anything from them. They have like no cards left in the deck. I'm sure we're just dead, but if they don't have removal, we got really close to beating this deck though. Way closer than I think we deserved to. Alternatively, if we live through this turn and we top deck our Bogart Curse Crafter, I think we potentially win on an attack with everything. Yeah, they cannot, like, unless they have removal, they can't attack with everything. That is not enough. Oh, are they trying to figure out if there's any cards in their deck that win it for them? Interesting. They have one card left in their deck. This is a very interesting attack from them. Because I'm sort of inclined to... The thing is, like, if I block with the gang here, then they can play out any creatures in their hand, right? And if I don't, then they can't. But then it's complicated. I think this is right. And we just hope to hit a combination of there's a couple of things that could actually do this for us, I think. No, there aren't. Are there? I don't know. Okay, that's big. That's not as big. The ward pay 2 life is actually perhaps like relevant here. They probably need to respond to this if they have removal or something. Okay, so what happens if we swing with everything? They block here, they block here, they block here. And then I'm dead. I don't really have a choice. Because I'm just dead in the air no matter what I do. And we'll just give them a chance to mess up, I guess. If we had hit the Squelcher into like the Curse Crafter, I think we just win. Actually, do we even just win? No, right? Because they still just do this block. Yeah, it didn't matter. Nothing mattered. Yeah, I mean, if we had actually, you know what? We could have won. Could we have won? I don't really know. I'm not going to try to figure this out. I don't know what we could have gone to win. We could have had removal. Obviously, I think the big turn was basically them blossoming, defensing the Caesar. This is what it is. Way closer than I thought it had any business being, though. Given the ridiculousness of the champion. Maybe if we had got aggressive earlier, we could have won a little bit. I don't know. Something to think about. All right, one loss, but I think this deck can do a little bit better than that. I mean, we're not going 0-3, I hope. Had a pretty decent round against a deck that seemed pretty good. Whenever you can sort of almost grind through the elf champion, I feel like it's not that bad. Okay, this is not as good though. Since we definitely don't want to be like... The problem with our particular version of the Goblin deck is that we don't actually have that many 2-drops. Turns out we found one of our 2-drops. So that was like basically the perfect way. Okay, into a 1-drop. Nice. Admittedly, they didn't have a 2-drop for to Hex, but you know, can't have it all. I'm happy that we just hit the 2-drop in general, I guess. If we can find a 4th land, well, I mean, I guess we'll see what we do. So we've now found all of our 2-drops. Let's hit this first. I mean, we don't really have a choice. We really don't have a choice. But now the question becomes, do we actually care about the Squelcher and the Ward? Yeah, I think we'll hold it back this turn. Because we'd rather block the Stompling with the Bogart anyway, or the Boggart. Oh yeah. I guess this is a tree folk. I forgot there was that tiny little interaction there. Well, they're not attacking us, right? So we could either go all in, basically, and roll out the gang. We could throw the Sower out, or we could just be like super value and hit the Gathering Stone. When this is their board, I'm kind of like in favor of hitting the Gathering Stone here. I feel like I can trade in the Squelcher. Well, the thing about the Squelcher is that it can sort of act as like a bunch of extra damage for us, right? So let's get this going. Let's get some card advantage. We have 2 pieces of removal. And now we have a couple more plays next turn. So yeah, I think this is pretty good. I think we're in a pretty good spot. And again, it'll hurt them a little bit to try to actually remove our thing. What are you trying to do? Are you just all the colors, I guess? We're just going against a Vivid All the Colors deck. Cool. That's probably one of the things we're not going to be the best about, but... So we could play out our gang and our Spewer this turn, which seems really good. Alternatively, we could like attack, put the Sower out and like hold up something, but that doesn't seem nearly as good, I don't think. Or we could just play out the Spewer, not Blight, and play out the Prankster as well. Even though they've done nothing so far, I think we just go all in on like our big dudes here. Or we could do this and this. There's so many combinations of cards. This seems like a good board. And then we have removal in hand as well. They don't have a Chomping Chain. Okay, I mean, annoying, but we've already got some value off the stone. Obviously, we would have loved the stone to stick around, but that's not the end of it. This costs 3. Why can't we hit anything with our Hex, man? Do we just play out the Sower now and leave Hex up? Do we attack? Let's attack first. I will trade this. Will I trade the Spewer? I think I'll trade the Spewer. With the Stompling at this point. Given how far ahead we seem to probably be with our creatures. Okay. Yeah, no, that's better than anything I could have asked for, I guess. Unless you're going to recur your... No, but I don't even have any changes. Yeah, because getting the Sower down means that next turn we can either like kill the cavalry and kill something else, or we can just do this, actually. I think maybe this is better. Just get rid of their yard. Because that was a weird flaw. They're at 12. We have a 6-6 and a 3-3. If they attack, that seems not great for them. Obviously, depending on what they have in their hand, but... Adherence, sure. That's a 2-2 right now. Crib swap, sure. Take 2, I guess. I feel like we're in a pretty good place. We can also just, like, if we feed the flames, it exiles, so that's pretty good too. So this turn, we're not too scared. They have 1 card in hand. The biggest this, I think, gets really is a well, did not matter. I was going to say the biggest this gets realistically probably is like a 4-4 next turn, unless they play out like Blackened Festival or something. Could give them a couple of dudes, but yeah, I mean, that was we drew pretty well that game. I won't lie. Definitely got some good draws that that one. Our starting hand was not really the best that it could be, but again, with this deck, we're really low on 2-drops. We're not where you want to be with 2-drops in a Goblin deck. I do like that I do think 16 land was definitely right for this deck, though. We have not been flooding out as much as we often do. Not that 1 land makes like that much of a difference, but it also kind of does sometimes. We are on 16 land, right? I think we are. I'm pretty sure we are. Yeah, I mean, it's good. Turn 1, we have a 1, like, we can kill their 2-drop, we can play a 2-drop, we can kill their 3-drop, we can play Stone Out. Give me a 2. Damn it. This card is getting no value in their deck. What's funny, though, is that whenever I play against somebody with a Requiting Hex, I basically always run into it on turn 2. I can never avoid it. Okay, sure. You got it. That's like one of the worst Rhymekin Recluses I think I've probably ever played against. Coincidentally, as we're talking about having 16 land and it probably being the right choice, we're potentially about to miss our 4th land here. Against white-blue, we also don't really want to start running out... Oh, sorry. Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. I mean, we can double Blight Rot. That feels bad, but it also doesn't, I guess. Like, we could play out the Chaos Spewer. Then we take 7, go down to 10 next turn, and then this is going to be locked down. This is going to be hitting us. So this way we take 3. And it's probably not as bad. I don't know. They probably still attack and tap down the ante, but what can you do? Ambience of the Shoal on turn 4. Damn, man. Yep, keep the ante tapped. And what's funny is that the Merfolk deck is a deck that often gets hit by the Hex as well. Oh, and a Rhyme Split. Okay, I mean, this isn't looking so hot right now. To be fair, like, it's not looking horrible either, because this is not doing a whole lot for them. And maybe they just start missing stuff. Okay, we hit our land. That's good. See, the problem here is that there isn't really a good play. But our opponent only has 2 cards in hand. They haven't played anything. I think we drop the Gathering Stone and then bank on the fact that we'll be able to drop 2 creatures next turn. And we'll take another 3, and hopefully we can stabilize from there if they don't play anything too crazy out. Obviously, they could counter this, and that would suck, but you could say that about, like, if they counter our creatures, it would be just as bad, I think. We just need to hit some stuff off this stone. I don't really want the land right now. I'd rather have a chance at hitting another goblin next turn. And we're not going to attack here either, just in case there's like a flash. Oh no! Oh no! Maximum punishment. Alright, cool. We're going to lose this game. Just straight up, this game is over. Oh, we're 1-2 already with this deck. This is rough. Yep, and then you're going to play out the Swimmer. Okay. There's not a whole lot I can do here, unfortunately. Especially with the mana that I have. I guess we can do this. Play this out. None of this really matters, I don't think. It's not going to help us too much. Then we can get another Swamp. Play that out, drop this, kill off our... Actually, I think we just hit... There's 2... This blocks that, so that's doable. That blocks that. Then I can't block those, and I go to freaking... And they're going to tap this down anyway. So I guess maybe we just hit the Elder Ante. I don't think it matters. If they're going to attack with everything, they're probably going to drop in the champion so that it doesn't have to champion. Yeah. Now I'm just dead. It doesn't matter. Oh, actually, it could have mattered how. I forgot there was the first strike there. We could have lived. We could have lived another turn if I had blocked correctly, but it didn't matter really at the end of the day. I don't think it wasn't going to change anything. All right, so sadly, we are 1-2 with this deck. I think it deserves a lot better. Not like amazing things. It's not a trophy or anything, but. It's definitely getting blown out right now. The 2 losses that we've had have been against champions, coincidentally. Okay, again, good hand, especially if they actually have a 2-drop. I would love to see a 2-drop this game. Did our opponent keep a one-lander? I guess they must have. That's the only explanation here. Interesting. So we're going to kill that, especially if they keep whatever they have on top. Well, actually, maybe not. Like, I want to get requiting Hex value here, but I also just want to play out Mischief. And the problem is, if I can't attack right now because this can kill this, right? So this needs to go out. We need to blight this guy, and then I guess we can attack after the fact. See, that seems bad because they already kept a card on top, and I don't give two flying Fs about the Prankster. Okay. Wait, what? Hold on. You kept this on top, and then you ditched that. What? Okay. Cool. Cool. That's, if they're going to block, it's correct to pop the Evolving Wilds beforehand so that you can keep whatever you surveil. Yep. They're, like, clearly desperate. I feel like they have to have a really good hand here to want to make some of these early game blocks, especially when I'm attacking. Because, like, you can hit me back for 3. That's pretty good. I'm not too worried about this getting hit with a Blossom Bind right now. Oh, that's kind of gross, but this is crazy. Like, I almost never see chomping changelings in general, but today we've hit, like, multiple of them, which is ridiculous. That's going to chump, I imagine. Yeah. And we're going to get rid of their big guy. Yeah, that can go, and I think the Scout, honestly, is probably worse for us than anything else. I mean, the Changeling could also be annoying, but they can only really hit our Gathering Stone. And we don't even know if we're going to draw that this game. So. How many Lissalana informants do you have, man? Are we just playing against Lissalana.tech or something? This is crazy. Okay, I mean, Morkan's Eyes is obviously good. But you don't have the land to make it, like, to really get a payoff from it yet. I'm gonna play everything out and start beating them every turn. I mean, obviously this board would be like 10 times better if the Mischief was still here too, but they had the Changeling. Oh, they binned whatever was on. Oh, they have 6 in. So, like, this is actually getting kind of scary. I lied, it's not getting scary anymore. How much damage did we? Did we have lethal? I think we did, right? 1, 2, 8, 11, 13, yeah. Worked out. But our opponent obviously got relatively unlucky. Like, I don't even keep one-landers, basically. I don't know if I've ever kept a one-lander in Limited. Like, I would have to, I don't know what I would have to justify keeping a one-lander, but I guess maybe their thought process was that they seemingly had maybe 2 or 3 Lissalanas, and if they hit 1 land, they would probably be able to surveil into a 2nd or a 3rd. That's the only explanation I have for what they kept. Okay. I mean, we have a curve. We don't have, like, that much action here. But we have a curve. Another green-white deck. Okay. Spike Wing is not a big deal. We can play out the Elder Ante here and then play out Curse Crafter and Hex next turn. Seems decent. And then we can start beating down. Ooh, okay, that's pretty good for me, I think. Okay, that's getting hexed for sure. Goodbye, Trapper. Play this out. Immediately hex that. Attack all. Oh, no blocks, okay. And then next turn we can play out the Mischief. I don't want the Curse Crafter to die. Okay. Yep. It felt like they had something there, so we played around it. They should probably be blocking the Prankster here. Yeah. We'll take 2 more. They're at 8. This can kill the champion. That's pretty good for us too, I think. We did hit the land that we needed to hit. I think we could just do this. Do we do this pre-combat? I think we just blow up the champion and then attack with all. They either, if they double block this, then they're dead on board next turn. Or we just blow up the champion and then attack with 4. And I think that works. Yeah, that actually seems good too. Either way, we're blowing up the champion. It's just, do I want to... You know what? I do want to do this. Because if they double block the Curse Crafter, then they have no board. Yeah, they're at 1. So if at this point, if they kill any of my goblins, they're dead. It will need to have removal for my Mischief and then removal for my Curse Crafter in that order. Yeah, that's not enough, obviously. Nice. All right, so we did not bomb with this deck completely yet. It has gone 3-2 at a bare minimum, or 3-3 at a bare minimum, which I consider a success after we started, what, 1-2 or 0-1? 0-1, 1-2. It's done what it's needed to do over the last couple of games, which has been nice. All right. Can we get 4? I'll be happy if this deck gets 4. If we ever find a match, that is. I would love to find a match. I guess maybe I'm playing at a bad time of day. Maybe there just aren't enough people in the pick 2 queue right now. But you know, I don't know how I feel about pick 2 draft, especially in the Premier Draft format. If you're not aware, the previous iteration of pick 2 with the best, where you basically lost 2 and potentially won 4. That version was one of the best EV iterations of Limited that we've ever had. Basically, you had much higher EV playing pick 2 in the previous iteration than you do in any other draft format. So I was really enjoying it while it was there. I don't This one obviously follows the exact same structure as Premier Drafts, so I don't know how I feel about it yet. I think we're gonna play out the Boggart over the ante here. Let's try to hit something good. Okay, I mean, at least we're not drawing 3 land in a row into Requiting Hex, okay? I would have liked the Hex to take out the Mauler, but, you know. Is what it is. Yep. I mean... we're goblins. We want to get in as much damage as we can. I think the Wretch is better than the Ante here. Even though we don't necessarily have a way to blight it right now. I don't think I'm going to trade with either of these, but this gives me a bigger board next turn to start swinging in for what? 8? So if they choose to attack, they potentially put me down to 6. So they put me down 6, not down to 6. Now that's actually a much better top. That makes this much better. Mistbind Cleek? Okay. Wait, what? You should have played this on my upkeep. Why didn't you play this on my upkeep? Then I wouldn't have got a turn. I guess our opponent isn't used to how Mistbind Cleek works. Not a Cleeker. Didn't play through that era of Magic. We'll get in with this anyway. If they want to trade the Cleek for it, that's fine. If they want to they want to give away a Mauler, that's fine. Obviously, we have the Blight Rot for the Cleek, so I'm not too concerned about the 4-flyer right now. They're also at 10, and every Goblin that dies gives us some life back. They really don't have... What? That's your play? Okay, well, I mean, I accept, I guess. So here's the question. I think we just Blight Rot and beat in with everything, right? Or just beat in with the Wretch and the Boggart. I forgot that's how this champion worked. It's not the beholding. I forgot that it's champion and not behold. So yeah, this is fine. We take another 2. I get my Wretch back. You're at 8. I mean, we're not in like an amazing spot right now by any means. Sure, that's fine. You have 3 mana left. What are you gonna do with it? Ooh, a Tweeze, huh? Do I care? Not really. The Tweeze is gonna do more damage to their face, I think. I'd rather just swing in and play out Percher or something. They'd probably trade with the Wretch. So, I mean, we could just play... Percher's lethal next turn if they don't have a way to deal with it. I mean, everything's lethal next turn if they don't have a way to deal with it. Elder Ante obviously helps us go wide, so we can swing a little bit wider. Actually, maybe Elder Ante's... No. Yes. I don't know how we lose from this position. Let's just go for the bigger creature. They have to answer it. Yeah, sure. That's what it sort of felt like they had. Yeah, I don't really see how they get out of this one. I mean, okay, it's fair. Yeah, I'm not getting anything back from my yard anyway. So if we attack with all, they block that, they take 2, they go to 6, they go to 5. play this instead first. Just attack all. If they don't trade with the Perchers, then obviously they're just dead. Now they're at 4. We can play out the ante, and even if they wipe my board, they're just dead. They have to have an answer to this, and if they have an answer to this, then they also need to have an answer to this. Yeah, which they haven't done, so that's cool. I said good game. I did. I did say good game. Don't slow roll me, man. Okay, we're getting slow rolled, I guess. I don't know why, but I don't know what I did to hurt you, Andrew. Unless you have something for 1 mana that can save you. Did you, like, hold on. Did we actually have somebody rage quit after saying good game? That's something. Could we have killed them last turn? I don't know. Did we do anything wrong? I don't know. But yeah, our opponent misplayed. We'll talk about this since there's something else going on. Mistbind Clique, if you have this card, and it's going to be your opponent's turn, you want to play it during their upkeep, because then all they can really do for the turn is cast instants in response to the clique. I think in this particular case, if they had done that, I think I would have Blight Rotted it right away. But, you know, that's like what Mistbind Clique does. That's what it's for. That's what made it good back in the day when fairies took over standard during, like, not the original Lorwyn. Was it original Lorwyn? No, it was like a set or two after Lorwyn that fairies were like really dominant in standard. What set was it? I'm just thinking back to playing it because I know I played a PTQ and almost won a PTQ for a pro tour in Japan. And I remember playing against fairies and everything else. But what's oh my god, I'm blanking on what came after. Scars. Scars of Mirrodin. Was Scars of Mirrodin after Lorwyn? No. Worldwake. Worldwake? Use Jace. I don't know. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I don't remember the format 10, 15 years ago now. Oh man. I'm gonna look up the magic sets in order and see if I'm even close on what I'm talking about here. Let's see. When was Lorwyn? Lorwyn was right back here. Then we had Shards of Alaran. Then we had Zendikar and Worldwake. Okay, yeah. And then we had Scars of Mirrodin. Cool. I don't remember if that was like Cobblade yet. I don't think it was Cobblade yet. No. Maybe it was. No, it couldn't be. I think that was just the height of like Jace the Mind Sculptor and fairies. Or maybe it was something else altogether. Who knows? Who cares? Let's just play the damn game. Stop reminiscing about old standard formats that you actually kind of liked. 2-drop is great because that's really all we can ask for in this deck. I guess we could ask for a Requiting Hex on turn. You know what? This time we didn't draw a Requiting Hex, and I'm sure our opponent on the play will have a 2-drop here for us. So we could have hexed right here. Yeah, okay. You know what? This, I probably would have killed, but it's not like... Unless our opponent is really desperately needs the mana fixing right now, it's not even really the best turn. And there's Surveilling Land, so they can't be that desperate. Next turn we have Blight Rot, Boggart, or Brute, depending on what they do. It's probably going to be Boggart, but... Okay. Yeah. Now I'm not as sure. No, I don't think it really matters. Like, they're probably not going to get another Elf in their yard next turn. We'll just swing in with the Boggart. They'll probably just block with the Wicker Maw or let it in, but obviously they're not going to block below. See, I don't fully understand that. I don't know. I guess you're calling my bluff a little bit, but you could really like blow out your time if you need that. Why have we not hit like any goblins with a? This happened in the last draft as well with our merfolks. We could not hit an actual card off of our Eclipsed dudes. We need more black in general, I think, than we do red. Admittedly, our hand is a little bit more, it's evenly split, but I think in the long run, we want more black. So, going into next turn, I guess let's see what they play first. Feast. Okay, sure. I'm obviously telling my opponent that I have the removal, but okay, they're not. They have no respect for me, I guess. Do we tweeze and ditch the land? I think so, right? Because Blightrot probably does more later. This isn't really a deck that needs 5 land, and like they got blown out. Like you should never take that block ever. Like I don't know what they were thinking. If I'm making that attack, it's for a reason. I mean, maybe they have like Unbury or something and they don't care and they're like, hey, well, if they have the trick, we'll just get both of our creatures back. And sure, that's fine. But okay, Graveshifter. Yep, you got it. The next time we kill that thing, it's probably going to be with Feed the Flames. Have to get it out of here forever. We don't have anything for our Graveshifter, so obviously, if we had an extra land here, we could have gone Spewer into Prankster. But actually, you know what? Honestly, we probably should have been to the Brute in hindsight. But let's start by doing this. Oh, they've learned their lesson, I guess. Okay. Then I guess we just play out the Spear, and I think we probably blight the Prankster, because I really don't care about the Prankster. And then if they replay the Morcant, we can just Feed the Flames it. Get it off the board for good. Exile that thing. Blightrot. Okay, sure. Yeah. It's a card. If we hit land here, that's pretty good for us. Okay, they're not. Never mind. I was going to say, if we hit land here, then we can just, like, play out the Prankster and a creature. Became less relevant now that they're just YOLOing in. What do you have for 1 black? Obviously, they could have, like, Requiting Hex, but I can't think of anything else off the top of my head that's 1 black. The Brood is going to be nice too, because it kind of gives us the ability to attack into anything here on out. Again, if they play out the Loyalist, we will blow up the Loyalist, assuming they don't have, like, you know, protection for it. But I really don't want to have them get like Graveshifter Loyalist online. That's kind of gross sometimes. What you got? You got removal for my Brute? That's fine. Blight. Oh, I didn't mean Blight. I meant the one that blights. Bog Slither. Okay, so this is a good spot because now we know that we're going to kill the Royalist. And we can just attack with both of them now. If they want to chump block, that's cool. The Loyalist has been exiled. They no longer have a Grave Shifter combo. Obviously, they can get their Grave Shifter back in their hand or something and use it again. Or unbury it or whatever if it dies later. But we have 2 Blight Rots in our hand. We have a Grave Shifter. I feel pretty good, but elves, like, can do some dumb stuff really quick and just, like, blow you out really quickly. What are you splashing? Oh, okay, sure. Yeah. It's not a big deal. Especially if you attack with the Grave Shifter, because, like, I am going to attack with both Grave Shifters. And they will both live. Yep. Alright, we have 1 more Blight Rot. They have 3 cards in hand. We can get back our Chaos Spear at some point if we ever don't need to hit them in the face with removal. And Pennant is fine. What are you gonna get back with them? What did they pick? Elf? So they can get a 2/3 changeling back. Okay, sure. Not the worst. So I mean, obviously they can get their Grave Shifter back now if they block with the Grave Shifter. Which might be what they're thinking, because then they can Grave Shift, get back their... Okay, nope, never mind. I lied. That is not what they were thinking at all. They just really want to beat me down with this Grave Shifter. I feel like genuinely the Grave Shifter does more for them if it's dead right now than it does alive, beating me down. You know, what can you do? This is going to be a 3/3, so I won't get to attack with 2 guys. I mean, obviously we could Blight Rot it, but I don't love that. I think I'd rather just pump up the Boggart and get in. Oh, that's not bad. I would be, like, very surprised if they don't block here and trade. Because they are at 8. Sure. Why would I want to kill the Wickermaw here, Arena? Why would that ever be where I put the damage? So I think we just get back the Boggart, honestly. Like, I was thinking about getting back the 5/4, but I think the Boggart can hit us, can do a lot more for us next turn, since it gives us... Actually, I don't know. Yeah, it spreads out our threats nicely. Like, the Spewer is good. It's a 5. It's going to be a 5/4, but this is a 2/3, and it gets us something else. And if we hit, like, Cursecrafter or... what's it called? Mischief, then we're in a really good spot. I think we basically just win in that situation. You got back there safer. Honestly, I don't even know if that's right. We have 6 mana, so we can play out the Boggart and Blight Rot. Give me something good. Yes! Exactly what I asked for. So in this situation, we'll just put it on the Prankster because, again, the Prankster doesn't need to attack. We can beat in with the Grave Shifter. They basically have to block it. They'll probably trade their Grave Shifter for our Grave Shifter. Maybe they unbury. Maybe they get their Grave Shifter back. Their graveyard is honestly really unimpressive right now, so I'm not too concerned. They're going to need to find enchantment removal to not just, like, get blown out here. I feel like we're in a good place, but there's obviously so many ways this can go south still. Because, like, green, black elves is just so powerful if they have the right cards in their deck. And there's still 21 of them, and there could be any number of bombs in here. They could also wipe my board with, like, a -2/-2. It would just leave the boggart up. But that doesn't even seem good, because then they go to 3. Sure, yeah, you know, that exiles it. That's not bad. I don't really think they can attack here. Maybe they disagree. We'll see, I guess. Oh god, perfect. Perfection. Couldn't hit a better target. That one is there. This one goes here. We'll just play this out and pay for it. I don't need to hold up removal right now. They're at 5. Okay, yeah, you got another one. It's a 2-2. Good game. GG's. All right, we're 5-2 now with the Goblins. It was a really rough start, but this deck is doing well. It's pulling out the wins it needs when they matter. So we've made our gems back at a bare minimum in this pick 2 draft. Yep, hopefully we'll actually hit the hex this time. Aha, success. We finally did it. We did the thing. 2-drop? No 2-drops. Then we'll just play this out. And then next turn we get our Brute, and honestly I don't know what we'll do after that. I guess if this is going to be what, like, we either remove something or we play out the gang. I don't know if I want to rush into playing the gang right now, but I guess it'll depend on what craziness they have. Okay, nothing? We'll play out the game. Gang. I don't know what that means. I just know people say it. Yeah. Nope. No, thank you. I assume if they're attacking like this, then they are going to kill a block. Actually, that's your turn. It stops me from taking an extra 3 damage. Yeah. You know what? I'm fine with that, actually. If they want to kill the Gut Splitter gang and do 3 damage to me, that's fine. I mean, it's not hitting something else. And we can get the Percher item. We still have 2 removal spells in our hand. Obviously, I'd like to hit bigger stuff from their yard than that, but you know, we can't always get what we want. This way, next turn we can actually pump the Brute and cast either one of our removal spells if we want to. And we will want to. Well, I mean, we won't get to pump the Brute, unfortunately. Actually, you know what? I think this is fine. And if they have Blossom here, that's cool too. I still have removal in hand, and we have a Brute that's going to get bigger. Catharsis. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I don't need to like rush to remove it. Do I care? I mean, I might as well make it bigger this turn. Because I'm not going to do it next turn. I don't think we're probably going to feed the Flames Catharsis. I'm not going to have the mana to make it big enough to go through everything. Left Lieutenant, sure. Yeah, that's mildly annoying. Oh, you need so much trample, damn. Okay, yeah. Go hit me for 7? Yeah, that's fine. Oh, I'll trade my Goblins for this right now. I mean, I think we just pump this for the sake of pumping it. What did I just... Whatever, who cares? I don't care. I don't know what happened there. I guess I don't. I know what happened there. I'm an idiot. That's what happened. I tapped the wrong game. They don't have any good attacks here, I don't think, depending obviously on what they draw. Like, watch them top deck Kin Binding or something and blow me out. Yeah, that leaves me my land open for this removal. I do want Curse Crafter, but I'm not going to play it out this turn. I do want to hold up Feed the Flames. Like, this could obviously... I think holding up Feed the Flames is better than potentially doing a little bit of extra damage. I don't think they're going to attack here anyway. How much land do I have? 5, 6, 7, 8. And I can play everything. No, I can't. I can't play everything because you don't have enough red sources, you fool. I think next turn I can basically just start attacking and doing whatever I want. Every goblin that dies will do 2 damage to them and give me health. But obviously I think we just start swinging in with the Brute. And then holding the goblins back to defend. I have 6. And everything has ward. I don't think if they do like if they block with Catharsis and Watcher, or basically most combinations of blocks, I don't think I'm going to try to. I think I just want to trade 1 for 1 with this, or I'm actually. I don't know if I should be fine with that, but I am. Like, obviously we could blow them out, but if they're letting us kill the Catharsis like that, I'm fine with waiting and seeing if there's something better that we can do with Feed the Flames. The downside to this play, though, is that obviously if they have like recursion for Catharsis, then that would really, really, really suck for us. But I don't know. I think it's still better to do it this way. and hold the Feed the Flames up for something that could like legitimately blow us out. Like if they have the 5/5 flyer with lifelink Airdo or something, then there's just no way I'm beating that unless I have Feed the Flames. Well, there's no good attack right now, but we will drop the Spewer and we will murder one of our Goblins. Get some damage in that way, and then we can start beating in with our Spewer next turn. I feel like there might be more aggressive attacks that I'm missing here. Like we could obviously, as one line, we could Feed the Flames the Watcher. And start beating in with everything, basically. But I don't even really want to do that. That doesn't seem like, especially if they attack with the Watcher here. We will obviously block with the Chaos Spewer. I don't think they will. Oh, they did. Okay. Sure. I am fine with this. Now they're going to equip the dagger somewhere else. Give themselves a 3/3 with the lieutenant. Again, we could blow that up and actually start attacking with everything. Maybe I do that. I love how I still don't have... I mean, we could hold this Squelcher back because that makes it really hard for them to, like, interact with us. And if they just, like... I don't know, actually. No, I think this is fine. I don't really care. I don't care enough. I don't think they have enough removal. I don't think they have any removal at this point, quite frankly. And this puts them down to 4. Yep, you have a 2/2. It's going to be... It can't block next turn. Okay, it can... never mind, I lied. It can block next turn. I was wrong. I'm pretty sure I just swing... I'm pretty sure this is just lethal, though. Is this just lethal? That blocks. That... This has to block. If this hits... and this dies, and they block here, they go to 1. I think that's still right, because they need to find removal for my enchantment next turn then. Yep. Yep. They go to 1. Oh no, they go to... Okay, I'm an idiot. Oh wait, I forgot to count the 1/1 as dying in my math. Oh my god, I cannot math. I don't deserve to win any games, as it turns out. That was like legitimately some of the simplest Magic math. I blew it. Alright, we're 6-2 with this Goblin monstrosity. I really did not think it would do more than like 3 or 4 wins. That's sort of like where I expected it to peak. Yep, I mean, maybe we'll get another Hexen. Like, obviously we need to draw... We don't need to draw a mountain right away, but we would very much benefit from drawing a mountain as soon as possible. Oh, mountain. Ah, mountain. You are not a mountain. One more turn to draw a mountain. And like, if we don't draw it, it's not like the worst thing that's ever happened to anyone. Ugh. Okay. Let's just try. Let's see what they do. There's no reason for them not to block it. I'm pretty sure there are no 1-mana tricks in black in this format. Like if I had a mountain out, I could understand them not blocking it, but I can't think of any 1-mana black tricks that. I think we may just lose. I think our opponent has a nice curve so far. That's funny. If they don't have they do have land. That's funny. Okay, yeah, okay, that works. That is a creature. I can find us a mountain, perhaps. Lost our gathering stone. So this is interesting, right? He's like, we could just take the Percher instead. Because I think that just does more on this board than I would get with the mountain anyway. We'll just continue our lives as mono black goblins. Get in for 2! They'll probably... I honestly don't even know what they do next turn. I don't know if they play their Changeling or if they play their draw 3. Obviously, it's going to depend on their hand that we can't see. But whatever they play, they can play it out and swing. I think you maybe play the Changeling on this. I'm curious as to why they would convoke it. That seems like it might have been a mistake. That has to have been a mistake, right? If this gets 4 damage in for us, we could also just pump up the Boggart all the way. Which would also, in theory, get in for 4 damage for us. I can't imagine them blocking it. But, you know. Now it's kind of really sucks that we're mono red. Goblins. I think we aren't like heavy swamps in this deck, right? We're not like a swamp focused deck or anything. So here we basically just, I think we do this and double pump the Boggart. If they want to double block it, that's cool, and we're getting in for 3 in the air anyway. Yeah, that's fine. I'm cool with taking one of your mystics. I think we want to... Okay, you have something. Alright, cool. Do we know... Which one's the change? This one's the change, right? I think you kill the changeling here. Just so they can't bounce it and like make it better or something. This can obviously get countered. I half expect it to get countered. If they Blossom Bind it, that would kind of suck, but... Like, they could have, like, run away together here, right? And that would have made the changeling potentially a lot better. Ashling's Command. Okay, sure. It's perhaps one of the least impressive Ashling's commands I've ever seen. It's still probably going to be enough to make us lose because this card is bonkers. There's just so much value in it. But I must say that's perhaps one of the worst ones I've ever seen. Sure. What are you going to get? Percher? Oh, the game. Okay. Sure. I'm fine with that, too. And a giant frog. Okay, yep, you got him. There's not really anything else that benefits me here. There's obviously no attacks for me. I need some mountains. We have survived a lot longer without mountains than I ever think I expected us to. I also don't think I've drawn any removal this game other than the Hex. We're kind of... I'll take the NBD. Obviously, they can block this with everything, and I'll probably take out both of their mystics. One, that's fine too. Got Wretch, which can also attack through everything on the board. Guardian, sure. Yep. If we ever get our Gathering Stone, that will probably counter it. Ooh, alright, well, I think that might be game. Gross. And I only have swamps in the deck. We are legitimately mono black elves. How would this game look if these cards were on the board? It would look so much better because our brute could actually be pushing our damage through right now. Like, we could have hit them for 8 potentially, or at least traded with something like the Tyrant. Unfortunately, we're just dead in 2 turns, I think. Okay, they're not going full aggro. We're dead in 3 turns, I guess. Yeah. And I still, like, look at this. This is crazy. Like, this obviously goes back to when I could have taken a mountain, but I don't think that was wrong. Because, like, what are the odds that there's no mountain in the top half of our deck? Like, they trade the champion probably with this. Get the Recluse back. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Like, I'm just dead. With all of this in my hand, I'm just dead. Oh well, sometimes you just draw 7 swamps instead of any mountains. What's funny is that, like, there's been 1 mountain, I guess, 1 red source in our top 20, basically. We'll see. Maybe I'm lying. Depends on what we draw here, I guess. We could draw a mountain. That would still be in our top 20. Our opponent has, like, a good elemental deck, but we could have beat it. We could have beat this deck. Oh, there you go. Wow, it's about time, huh? Oh well, I'm still happy. I'm happy with the 6-3. Almost got the trophy, but sometimes your mana base just says no. Anyways, thanks for watching. I'll be back with some more pick 2 drafts probably because I am sort of enjoying the format.